In the case of Isaac Curtis, several things come to mind. One, after the '68 Mexico City Olympics, the Bengals acquired a guy named Tommy Smith, the 200-meter fist in the air Olympic champion. And Tommy, I think, was there for 2 years. He tore up his shoulder and couldn't play. But when Isaac Curtis' name came up, 2 or 3 years later, after the start of the franchise, our feeling was, as offensive players, oh my God, another sprinter. And Tommy Smith told us, well, he told me, I said, is this difficult for you, trying to be an NFL receiver? He said, yeah, it's very difficult. And I said, what's the toughest part? And he said, I've been trying my entire life to run the shortest distance between 2 points. That gets you there the fastest. On the curve in the 200, they want you to run straight. Now, as a receiver, they want you to juke, jive, and then go here. And he said, I'm having a great deal of difficulty doing it. And I said, is it because of your long stride? And he said, yes. So he didn't work out. We draft Isaac Curtis. And the conversation around the drafting of Isaac Curtis included a kid named Steve Holden. And we drafted just before Cleveland. Both teams wanted a receiver. We took Isaac Curtis. His biography at that point was a track guy who's trying football. My first thought was, Tommy Smith. When we draft, we being the Bengals draft Isaac Curtis, all of the press said the Bengals are so stupid. Steve Holden is, and he's an experienced receiver, went to Arizona State. And Cleveland took Steve Holden right after Isaac Curtis. And so the only information I had on Isaac Curtis was what I'd read in the press. Cleveland was celebrating. Cincinnati was apprehensive about Isaac Curtis. So we get to camp, and I don't know how else to put this, but Isaac shows up, and I guess his first thought was, you like speed? I'll show you speed. And in the drills that we ran, he ran by Lamar Parrish and Ken Radley like they were standing still. And when he ran, he was elegant. There's no other way to describe it. It was as if his feet were not even touching the ground. It was extraordinary the way he adjusted to what was asked of him. Bill Walsh, remember, was our quarterbacks and receivers coach. So everything we did, I did next to Isaac Curtis, lined up next to him in the huddle. And when we ran patterns, I was part of getting him open, or he was part of getting me open. And about 2 or 3 days into camp, a bunch of us veterans were talking, and I said, this kid is out of this world when it comes to running the patterns. But the other thing is, have any of you seen him drop a pass? No. Have you seen him run up the wrong pattern? No. I said, are you watching him outrun Riley and Parrish over there? Yeah. Damn. This kid's extraordinary. And his speed was shocking, but it was so, it was elegant. It looked like it was in slow motion. It looked like he never decelerated. He was always accelerating. And he had these wonderful hands. I've said many, many times in the past in games, I saw him catch the back end of the football. It's a very difficult thing to do. He made a habit of it. And it was just, damn, I'm out there running my pattern, clearing for him. And I see him catch the ball. I said, how in the hell does he do that? And Isaac was very quiet. He got along with everybody. Everybody got along with him. He never complained about a thing. But after the first 10 days of training camp, I said, Jesus, my role on this football team has changed to accommodate him. 2 years previous, when Greg Cook was the quarterback, people were accommodating their game to accommodate me. Now I got to do the same thing for Isaac Curtis, and he was wonderful to be around. But later on, I called him Mose. That was my nickname for him. And he said, "Why do you call me that?" And I said, "It's very simple. Most of the time in practice, you're running about 3/8 speed. I can see it, you know it. But when the game starts, Jesus, I mean, you're gone. It's a totally different speed at which you run." And I said, in practice, you come back to the huddle like you just ran 5 miles. Mose, get your butt in the huddle and let's go. So he had, I'm here to show off speed. He had the third week of training camp speed. He had middle of the week practice speed, and then he had game speed, and it was absolutely extraordinary. And every time they called his number to run by somebody, man, they did. That's why Mel Blount wrestled him to the ground to give the Pittsburgh Steelers a chance, and that's why they changed the rules. He was, that's the best athlete that I ever lined up with, Isaac Curtis. There's nobody even close to second. There might be fourth, fifth, and sixth, but he was that far advanced athletically. And I still remember his stride when he got in full stride. It was beautiful. He was just so elegant at doing it that it's a picture that I can't get out of my mind, and I don't want to.
In the behind the head
And
spike.
yeah, there.